Hi there. It's January 10th and time for the New Testament in a year. We're on day 10, and today we are doing half of Matthew 8 to 17 verses. These will be short studies, give us time to get into it and, tear it apart. And Jesus finished his Sermon on the Mount. If you ever want to read the best sermon ever spoken, read Matthew 5 through 7, right? Nothing but good, solid truth in there. So let's do Matthew 8, at least the first half of it, right? Okay. This Jesus cleanses a leper. When he came down from the mountain, great crowds followed him, and behold, a leper came to him and knelt before him, saying, Lord, if you will make me clean, if you will, you can make me clean. And Jesus stretched out his hand and touched him, saying, I will be clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus said to him, See that you say nothing to anyone, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for proof to them. Of course, you think he was going to do that, right? The faith of a centurion. I always love this one. When he had entered Capernaum, a centurion came forward to him, appealing to him, Lord, my servant is lying paralyzed at home, suffering terribly. And he said, I will come and heal him. But the centurion replied, Lord, I am not worthy to have you come under my roof. But only say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I too am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. And I say to one, Go, and he goes, and to another, Come, and he comes. And to my servant, Do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he marveled, and said to those who followed him, Truly I tell you, with no one in Israel have I found such faith. Right? And he was a centurion. I tell you, many will come from east and west and recline at the table with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven, while the sons of the kingdom will be thrown into outer darkness, in that place where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And to the centurion Jesus said, Go, let it be done, for as you have believed. And the servant was healed that very moment. Right? Now it says in the other Gospels, when he went back and asked him when he was healed, and they calculated the exact time Jesus said, You were healed, his servant was healed. Jesus healed many. And when Jesus entered Peter's house, he saw his mother-in-law lying sick with a fever. Peter's mother-in-law. He touched her hand. Her fever left her, and she rose and began to serve him. I just get a chuckle out of that, right? She's laying sick and dying in bed. Touched her and gets up. Okay, cook dinner. That evening they brought to him many who were oppressed by demons, and he cast out the spirits with a word and healed all who were sick. This was to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah. He took our illnesses and bore our diseases. All right, so there you go. That is today, just 17 verses. You know what? Let's switch over to the 1599 Geneva Bible, just because I love the notes, the footnotes they had in here. This is the one our forefathers. This would have been the one Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, and they read this Bible. Okay. When he came down from the mountain, a leper came to him. Christ in healing, so with the touching of his hand, showeth that he. You can't really, and they block it, which makes me kind of crazy, but can't read that note. It's not. When Jesus entered the Capernaum, there came into him a centurion beseeching him. Christ, by setting before them the example of the uncircumcised centurion, and yet of an excellent faith, provoketh the Jews to emulation, and together forewarneth them of their casting off, and the calling and of the Gentiles, right? The fact that the centurion was a Gentile, an uncircumcised Gentile. And he said, This man has more faith than anyone I've ever seen in Israel, and you should be weary of casting off the Gentiles, right? Because many of the sons of man, the Jews, will not be saved. So, good message, right? There it is. I have not found so great a faith even in Israel, but I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac, Jacob, in the kingdom of heaven. Many, that's us, Gentiles, many shall come from the east and west and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Right? That's us. You like that? And the children of the kingdom shall be cast into utter darkness, which are without the kingdom, for in the kingdom is light, and without the kingdom is darkness. Right? Jesus came to Peter's house and saw his wife's mother-in-law, laid down with and sick of a fever. There's a note here too. Christ in healing diverse diseases showeth that he was sent of the Father, that in him only we should ask remedy, only we should seek remedy in all our miseries, right? Seek Christ in all your miseries, right? That's good to stop right there. You know, he healed all that were sick of all sorts. So, there you go. Very short study for today, but that's okay. Okay? We will get into the later in the Word when we will tear apart these verses, and now it's just Jesus doing what Jesus does, right? Miracles, right? Healing all who were sick, okay? There's no record of how many he healed, but it was probably hundreds of thousands, right? John said at the end of his gospel that if every miracle he did were written down, there would not be enough room in the universe to hold all of the volumes. That's a staggering thought, right? That he did that much. So there you have it. That's day 10. Tomorrow we'll finish chapter 8 and move on. But catch up on any you may have missed. There's still time to catch up from the beginning. Give us a like if you think about it. But until tomorrow, we'll do it again. See ya.